Hey everybody, welcome back to the Bourbon Note. I'm Greg.
I'm Ben.
And today, we're drinking bourbon.
Tennessee whiskey.
All right, Ben, nothing on the bar. Want to see a magic trick?
We've got some cool stuff on the bar, though, that we're excited about.
Bring it on in.
Bam, Jack Daniel's 10-year, and bam, Jack Daniel's 12-year. Exciting stuff on the bar.
Exciting stuff on the bar today.
We've never had either one of these. Wow. But we do like the Jack Daniels.
Everything.
They're more special. Well, like the old number 7 and stuff is like, Gentleman Jack's.
Yeah,
like,
they're basic stuff. I mean, Gentleman Jack's kind of nice, but anything that Jack Daniels does that's a little bit special, their limited release stuff, even their bottle and bond is really good. You know, some people say it's whiskey of the year. That may be a bit overstatement, but
whiskey advocate.
Yeah.
Silly folks. So right away on the nose.
But we are Jack Daniels enthusiasts, both of us. Maybe me more than you, but I don't know.
I like all of their limited release stuff.
Yeah,
I really
agree.
do.
I agree.
So right away on the nose, fairly traditional bourbon notes, Tennessee whiskey notes.
Nice. It's got a dark cherry. I mean, this is a 10-year, 97 proof.
It's got
whiskey.
It's got the oak that you would expect.
Yeah, exactly.
It's exactly as oaky as you would expect it to be. Nice richness, caramel.
There's a richness, but it's not overly sweet, and it's got a presence. I'm having a hard time describing. Like it's a little bit of like a red fruit thing that I think is cherry-like, but I'm not sure yet.
Like chocolate-covered cherry. It's got like the darkness of chocolate, but then the rich fruit. It has the oak is great on both of these.
Like chocolate-covered wafer cookie, maybe even peanut butter in there. Like
super sweet. This is tons of sweetness. It's got the
more
nice,
vanilla on the 12.
It's got the nice oak notes, but they're not spicy and they're not tannic. It's just nice and oaky. Let's get into the taste here on the 10 before we go on too much of a tangent here. Cheers.
Okay. You know, it's almost like they know what they're doing. They should do this for a living.
Oh man, that is just dessert in a bottle.
Yeah, it's
that's caramel, chocolate, brown. It's all things sweet, and then just a nice
surprisingly
oak note
toffee.
on top of it. Toffee, yeah.
Kind of like a burnt sugar, caramelized sugar kind of note.
Almost maybe a little butterscotchy.
There you go.
A little bit
in that range, yeah.
Just picture like the liquid ice cream toppings, all variety of them.
Yeah, it
not
is.
The fruity ones, but
it's all the flavors, and they're sweet, but not too sweet. Like this doesn't go over the top and like curl your toes kind of, sweetness. Birthday cake kind of sweetness. It's not that bad. It's nice. I like, they should sell this.
Oh yeah. If this was a regular release.
It's not, Ben. It's a limited release.
I'm buying that all the time, you know. Prices on these?
Yes, they were priced. I forget. One was.
I'll put the picture up on the screen.
I think it was 163 for the two, so maybe like 90 and 70 in that range.
Which is MSRP for these.
Yeah.
So you got them at retail, which is always nice. Let's switch it up to the 12 here. Cut for a second and drink some water just to be really fair to these since they're special bottles. Please hold. We're back.
We're back.
Cleanse the palate here for a fresh approach to the 12-year. 107 proof. I'm already excited about that because as good as this one is, 2 more years, 10 more proof points.
Well, hold on. Which 2 years? Because let's be honest, certain years are better than other years.
No, that's true. We'll find out, I guess.
Let's find out.
Yeah, super sweet on the nose. We already kind of did the nosing in this one.
Kind of similar-ish notes. It's kind of like they were distilled and bottled and barreled and all that good stuff in the same place. So.
Yeah, it's almost like they're part of the same family. Cheers.
So while I said this one was great, and I still believe it's great, This one's greater.
Yeah,
It's burnier, but the proof is probably helping with that.
it's burnier. Bernie. I'm gonna put someone named
Weekend
Bernie.
at, no, Weekend at Bernie's.
Yeah, whatever Bernie I can find.
Well, that's the only one I can think of. Well, there's a politician, but whatever.
It does have a little more burn, of course, with the extra proof. A little more tannic on this one.
A little more bitter. I was going to go there.
Yep, a little more bitterness. But
It's like a hazelnut that spent a little too much time hazing, maybe?
yeah, that for some odd reason actually makes sense to me right now. I don't. Yeah, this one definitely has more of a tannic note. The extra 2 years and the extra proof are noticeable, but I don't feel like the proof is as noticeable as that
It's the oak.
bitter oak is.
It's the astringent kind of bitter oak.
really good.
So on other whiskeys, we've referred to it, I might as well use the same descriptor. We would call this over oaked. Like,
Well,
imagine 3 more years.
over oaked if you think it's too oaky.
Well, yeah.
Do you think this one is too oaky?
You know, that reminds me, we could really take this conversation. Like, how come they don't call these oak whiskeys? Like, they call it wheat whiskey or rye whiskey or whatever. Honestly, oak is the most prominent thing on this
Because they're
one.
all aged in oak, so then that would just cover all of them.
Now
you know.
what you should call it a water whiskey.
Maybe you could distill chunks of oak.
Well, they just did, because
Yeah.
this thing is oak forward.
So would you consider this too?
It's pushing it. Like, if you've ever noticed in like a 10-year type whiskey and you think it's over oaked, this one could be, because you lose the sweetness from the wood sugars and you get into just the bitterness. I don't think this one has crossed the line, but it's tiptoeing up close to that line. It's really complex, a lot of good flavors, a lot of vanilla to kind of pull it back.
After going back to the 10-year, the proof definitely shines through a little more than I was giving it credit for. But I don't know which one I like better. I don't think that the 1,207 proof hands down beats the 1097 proof.
Fair point.
And I'm kind of surprised by that. This one, I would say, if you're a whiskey collector or if you're a whiskey enthusiast, and that's probably why you're watching this channel, you're going to probably buy both of these, I would imagine.
Sure.
But if you're just looking at it from an objective, like, I want to only buy one of them, and I want to buy which one is going to be
And
more
you still
in
want to
my
buy a limited release type quality.
But you're not a person who has to get all of the new limited releases.
I have no idea what that person is.
Yeah, right. You don't sit on the internet and talk about these things.
Yeah.
The 10-year is going to give you a much more kind of rounded out, sweet, bold flavor, sweet profile with those dark sweetness, the chocolates, the caramels, the butterscotch, the toffee. Hazelnut was a good one, you said that. And all of those flavors are present on both of them. The 12-year, it's all of those things, but there is a sharpness to it.
Yes.
With the oak. And if you don't like that, then I would recommend the 10-year.
I think I personally like that, but I could see a lot of people being off-put by this.
Yeah, I don't know if
Because it's dry.
It is dry as well.
Dry,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yep. So yeah, I think if you're gonna make a decision between, money is a limited thing, and if somebody walked into the same store that these were purchased at, they're both.
That's what I'm doing wrong. Money is a limited thing.
Yeah, exactly. and they walk in there and you can only afford to buy one of them.
This is the better choice for most
The
people.
10-year is the better choice for a sweeter profile. The 12-year is a better choice for that sharp, rugged.
Or if you're a whiskey
profile.
geek / reviewer.
So
This one I think is more nuanced, but
the 12-year.
yeah.
Yep.
And now that it's open, I'm looking forward to letting this one kind of age a bit in the bottle and see what this one does over the next few months. So I've heard.
Well, it doesn't age in the bottle, but you
It
need to
doesn't
open
age,
up.
but maybe mellow out and
Yeah.
relax and
One more sip of each of these.
spend some time watching Netflix. People change. Bourbons change.
I don't know which one I like better. I mean, me being somebody who likes higher proof stuff, and I don't mind that sharp oak punch, I may lean a little more towards the 12-year. But that's strictly a me thing.
I think I'm in the same camp as you, which surprisingly we went to totally different campgrounds and we're in the same camp.
Yeah.
I like this one more, but I also see the flaws slash
Yeah, that it's not for
challenge.
everybody.
It's not for everybody. Yeah.
Well, let's see if the Benny Walker Special blend here is for everybody.
So funny you should mention that. I have a theory.
Okay.
And I saw this on the internet, so it's got to be true. I don't.
Everything on the internet is true.
I don't think they distilled some whiskey 10 years ago. Well, of course they distilled whiskey 10 years ago and 12 years ago, but that's not the point. I think they only distilled this stuff 22 years ago. Then they split it into 10-year and 12-year.
That's probably what.
That's what happened.
Right now we have a 22-year whiskey. Since
Exactly.
We've blended
We just
the two of them.
unblended what they split.
Yeah. Yeah, they took a 22-year whiskey,
Yeah.
and then they just divided the casks in half.
Exactly.
And they decided to,
Yeah.
well, not in half, but
Well,
they...
they did the math, because they didn't want to print
We are intelligent people.
11 and 11 on
Oh
the
my
bottles.
goodness, that's outstanding on the nose. That is just a perfect happy medium between the two of them. And not all these blends work out.
Not all of them work out, but this one's nice.
Yeah.
It's kind of like sugar cookie, strangely enough.
That's really nice. If you have both of these, try a 50-50 blend.
It kind of mellows the harshness of each one, which is a lot like this channel, if I'm honest.
Of each one of us. Yeah, it really does kind of mellow it out. Like it kind of brings the 10-year up a little bit, but cuts the 12-year down a little bit. It's just a perfect happy medium.
So what you're telling me is the reality is this is not a $70 and a $90 bottle. It's a $160 big bottle.
Yeah, huge bottle.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, yeah, I would recommend the blend. Buy them both, 50-50 blend. It's outstanding.
Totally agree.
In the meantime, cheers, everybody. Thank you very much for watching. This has been Jack Daniel's 10-year and Jack Daniel's 12-year on the Bourbon Note. I'm Ben.
I'm Greg. Till next time. See you next time.